to my journey. Let's check out the earbobs. Do you recognize who they are? It's the Hocus Pocus witch's hair. Yes, and y'all can't see it, but look, I bought this Halloween shirt. It's got a little pumpkin down here. Last year, or maybe the year before, and just stuck it in the back of my closet. It's a 22, 24. I said, I'll be able to wear it. I'll get there. And so, yesterday, I said, I'm gonna try it on. And sure enough, ooh, it fits good. But I had to go yesterday. You know we're going thrifting, by the way. I had to go yesterday to get an upper endoscopy. And, I wore the same thing. So I said, well, I'm gonna wear it today because y'all didn't get to see the cuteness. Everybody loved my earrings. They all knew who it was. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I pull out in front of you or did you speed up? I think she sped up because she was way down the road from me. And then I pulled out and all of a sudden she's on my hind end. You know, people like to do that kind of stuff. You know, I had a truck last week. Made me so mad. I was on the interstate and I was fixing to pass. I come up behind this slow truck pulling something, and I was gonna go past him, and I put my signal on, and the guy behind me, the car behind me, did it at the same time. I wasn't mad at him because it was just one of those things, you know how it happens at the same time. Well, in the lane we were gonna get into, there was a big truck, 18-wheeler. He was back far enough, plenty of room for both of us to get in. So the car behind me pulls in, and I have my signal on, and instead of just staying there and letting me merge, he hit the gas and flew past me like nobody's business. I was so mad at him. I thought, you are not the nice kind of truck driver my husband is. Of course, now if you mess with him, he'll mess with you, but he don't. I wasn't doing nothing but trying to get in that lane. All he had to do was just fall back a sec, let me in, and I wouldn't even slowed him down. So when I was able to get up there, I sped around him and got around over and past him just to show him he didn't get nothing over on me. I don't know why he thought he needed to do that. And I even have a proud trucker's wife sticker on my car. So he ought to know I like truck drivers. So anyway, but everybody at the doctor's office knew who these were. So I thought, well, I'm gonna wear them again today since y'all didn't get to see them. I can't even remember where I got them. I really can't. But everything come out. Everything come out good. She was checking my hiatal hernia that they fixed during my gastric bypass, and she said I could see the stitches. She said everything seems good. She took some biopsies. I guess that's just their standard thing, you know, to check on stuff. So I hope to my soul I don't have this sun problem. If we do, I'm gonna put that thing down and see if it helps. Because when I was editing last week, listen, let me tell you about this. But when I was editing last week, I noticed I was sunned out a lot of the video, and I apologize for that. There's nothing I can do. Driving is just what the sun does, the sun does. But I'm drinking this here drink, and it is, let me see if this will help. Does that help any? Okay, so back up. If you're friends on my Facebook, you see that, you know, Nisa's liver mush is my favorite. Well, they didn't have none at the store, so I was talking to the meat man the other day. I had to run down there and give a couple things. He said the chances are they're going to quit making it for down here is quite possible. He wouldn't tell me the details, but he said there's a couple excuses they're giving. He said he didn't really know what to think about it. He was kind of perturbed about it. And I learned that them and Frank Courier, which is just up the road, they rent their space from the store and come and bring their own products. So anyway, that was just interesting to me right there. So I said, well, I don't like Frank Courier. Well, I got it. I'm gonna try it. I ate my sandwich this morning only because I made it and I wasn't gonna waste it, but it's just not me. I'm a Nisa's girl. I grew up on Nisa's. That's what I eat. I don't like Frank Courier. One of my friends said her mama eats another one. I can't remember what she said it was named. But she said she gets it out there at the Cook's Cattle Farm, which is where we got our meat. So I said, well, next time I go out there, I'm gonna get me some and try it. But I didn't like it, so I had to go in there and brush my teeth and everything, and I took some Listerine to get that taste out of my mouth, because it's real. I know I'm eating pig liver and I don't have a problem with that, but there's this real funky tasting, and I just had to get that taste out of my mouth. So I did my Listerine, and I already told you I don't like that Listerine. It's that zero alcohol. I can't use alcohol because it burns, but the zero alcohol leaves the worst taste in your mouth. It's just that nasty Listerine taste, not a fresh taste, just that nasty Listerine taste. It is ruining my drink. This is watermelon, which is delicious. It is ruining it. I'm hoping a few more sips and it's going to kind of wash away that Listerine. Oh, listen, if I didn't know how delicious they were, and this was the first time I had one after I did Listerine, I don't know if I'd put 2 and 2 together that the Listerine is causing it, or if that drink was just disgusting. But that is horrible. It's horrible. So I'm gonna keep drinking it until I get rid of that Listerine. So anyway, but yeah, listen, y'all know I'm a hard stick. I've told you about all my different times of surgeries and drawing blood and IVs and this and that, trying to get stuck, and I'm just a hard stick. I had tiny veins. I didn't know how tiny. The one nurse yesterday, she said, I've had better veins off of a newborn than I have on you. That's what she said, because she worked in NICU. I had 4 nurses try to get an IV in me yesterday. The 4th one was the guy, he was their charge nurse, and he come in there and he found I got 2 bruises on this hand. So they tried 2 in this hand, couldn't find anywhere else, and then 2 right here on the top of my, in the crick right here. They just kept blowing out, couldn't get them. And she said some of my veins are little. She said even if she gets them, she said the needle has to go in so far that the veins are all crookedy, so you can't get a straight shot in. But he come in there and he found it. So I said, well, I'm going to remember that spot from now on, because I don't think they've ever worked that spot before. So I'm going to remember that spot. It's beside the middle of the hand that they usually do. But yeah, I got 4 sticks yesterday. When I told them, I kept telling them, I said, look, it's not y'all. I said, I'm used to it. They said, well, that's sad. I said, well, it is sad, but I'm used to it. And I've had a whole lot more than 4. Trust me on that. I said, I woke up out of surgery with one had been put in my neck while I was under. So just not giving. She said, you give blood? I said, no, I mean like labs. She goes, oh, I thought there's no way you give blood with these veins. I'm like, no. I've had it like 8 times just trying to find a place to draw some blood for labs. But I told her, that little nurse, I said, I'm 63 years old. I've never seen this. It's a little handheld thing that has a red light that when you put it on the skin, it shows you the veins under the skin. She said, look, there's one. Y'all, that vein looked like a thread. It looked like a thread. It was that tiny. I'm like, oh, well, no wonder they tell me they're so small, because I see it now. And the one woman come in there, so the little girl couldn't get it, and then she said, well, let me get somebody else. I have found they don't like it. And one of the other places I was at, she said, I don't want to stick you no more than whatever. She said, I'll get somebody else, because I'm not just going to keep sticking you. And several of them have told me that at different places. And she said, well, let me get somebody else. So she come in there. So she couldn't get it. She goes, well, let me get somebody else. So then she come in there, and she couldn't get it, but she kept trying. She kept feeling and patting, and one brought me a warm blanket to try to get my blood circulating, and she was rubbing my arms, and she was doing all the things, and she goes, I just can't get it. I can't find it. So then she heard the guy out there. She said, can you come in here? And he come in there. Well, he felt around on this hand. He right there. He felt that, and he goes, plump. And I said, you get it? He said, sure did. So he got it right away. Isn't that something? Maybe he just does more of them than she does. But the anesthesiologist, we had an interesting conversation about Michael Jackson when we were getting ready, and because he was they give you the propofol, I can't say the word, propofol, to put you to sleep. And I said, isn't that what killed Michael Jackson? He said, probably wasn't the drug that killed him, because it just makes you sleep. He said, probably what happened is when the doctor stepped away to make a phone call. Now this is what this doctor's telling me, that his airways collapsed on themselves, and that's why he died. He said, because that will happen when you are on this. sleeping, I guess you're sleeping so hard or whatever, that you will collapse over on your own airways and suffocate yourself. So he said he feels like that is what happened. But I said, well, is it something you get addicted to? He said, no, it's not an addictive drug. I said, is it something he needed to sleep? He said, yeah. He said he was probably so full of just being anxious and all these other things that he just needed something to sleep. And he says if he had been monitored properly, he does not think it would have happened. So that just goes to show you. But I told him, I said, then on the other hand, you say, who says no to Michael Jackson? He said, that's the other hand. That's exactly right. Who says no to Michael Jackson? So, but that was an interesting conversation. And so I got that done. It takes no time at all. And she come in there and she was talking to David when I woke up. She had done been in there talking to him and I didn't know it. So, ooh, golly, y'all. This is sunshiny today. Oh, I thought I was gonna be on time. I'm just a few minutes late, but that's all right. It don't look too crowded. I know there's some other stuff. Oh no, there ain't hardly nobody here at all. I know there's some other stuff we're just gonna talk about. We'll think about it when I get out. So let me go up in here and find a parking place, and I'll show you if I get anything, or if I, oh gosh, or if I don't, we'll talk or something. Okay, let me show you what I got, because I can't get these in the front seat. I got 2 of these tubs, and they're in perfect condition. They're older, of course, but they're in great condition. $3.99 each with the $1 off, so I got them for $3 a piece. I have so much Halloween stuff that needs to be organized better. I needed them. And then I finally found a pocketbook. I knew when I seen, oh, sorry, my winter pocketbook, I know it's like a nylon and it's kind of a little puffy, but it's zippers, like zippers there. I'm gonna run it through the washing machine. There's little pouches and zippers in there, and then around here on the front, zipper there, zipper there, zipper there. And here's the best part that I like. You can do a crossbody with it because it adjusts. So that's all I got in the Goodwill. Now we're gonna head up to the, you know where, Nazareth. Well, I went to Nazareth, and what I got to show you when we get home. I can't put it all up in here and show you. But I did come up here to Habitat, and I found this Christmas, Gooseberry Patch Christmas number 13. I honestly don't know if I have it or not. I said I wasn't buying no more Christmas books. That is the one set of books that for whatever reason I never took a picture of, so I would know if I had them or not. Now I'm just taking a chance. If I have it, I'll donate it. You know, it's terrible. It was $2. I had to round up to $3 because that's the lowest they'll do on their, I wish this wouldn't fly in y'all's face, but I guess I need to change that. My stretchy thing is stretched down so low. Anyway, $3 is the minimum that you can put on your card. And I have your cash today. So, speaking of cash, I got to go get the mowing man's cash out. I tell you, having somebody mow the yard for David, he said has really taken a lot off his shoulder. And so that makes me happy. Listen, I was looking at my Facebook memories this morning. I don't know, y'all remember I told you I used to have hermit crabs? Did y'all know that? So Holly went to the beach many years ago. Many years ago. She was living at home in high school. She went to the beach with her best friend, and she come home with a hermit crab. And I'm like, well, if we're going to have a hermit crab, it's a living, breathing creature. We are going to learn how to raise it, and we're going to do it right, because you have all these horror stories. People go to the beach, they, oh, it's a novelty little hermit crab. They go home, they don't know what to do with it. They put it on the light and they burn it to death. They don't know how to raise them. Well, I researched them. I knew how to raise a hermit crab. My hermit crabs live the good life, let me tell you. I raised them so good that my vet, it was Flair's vet, the exotic vet, they would call me when they had people who wanted to rehome theirs. They called me. I had 10 at one time from being rehomed, because we started with one. And I think we bought, I don't know, a few more at the pet store. Well, they like to bury down into the sand. So I kept a 40-gallon was it a 40 gallon or 20 gallon? It's a big tank. Half full with wet sand, the kind of sand that you can make a sandcastle with, that kind of sand. And they will bury down in there, and a lot of times, well, not a lot of times, all the time, that's where they would molt. And sometimes they would be under there for months at a time. I would go under sometimes, and I could, when I was changing the sand or cleaning it or whatever, I could feel a shell, and I would just leave them alone. And then sometimes you just knew, you could just tell they had gone down there and died. I mean, they don't live forever, but I had them for years. The biggest one I had, he was rehomed to me. His name was Mr. Big. If you put him on your hand and he spread his legs out, he would cover the whole entire palm of your hand. He was huge. And I would go to the beach whenever we would get to go and buy shells from the shell shops, because they like to shop around. That's their home, and they like to shop around homes. Well, my memory today was about one time, and it happened more than once, but one time, and they were all named after the Big Bang Theory. I had Sheldon and Leonard and Raj and Bernadette and Howard. I had all the and then I had Spencer Reed. You know, I had to get me a Spencer from Criminal Minds. And Mr. Big. I'm trying to think. Mr. Big, I think Mr. Big was the very last one to die. I think. Maybe. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I've not had him for probably about 5 years, maybe. 4 years, 5 years. I don't think I had him when I started my YouTube channel. I don't think. So maybe it's been like 7 years. Gosh, that don't sound right. But you keep them some extra shells in there. I had a shell pit. I would keep them a shell pit, so I'd keep their shells nice and clean, so when they moved in them, they wouldn't be scratchy with dirt. And you give them baths, you know, you do all the little things that you do to keep a hermit crab happy. Well, there was one, it was Leonard and Raj. I think it was Leonard decided he wanted Raj's shell, because see, they'll shell shop, and if another crab has a shell they want, well, they'll just go and take it from them. Trust me, I seen it. He was up there fighting him. He had the death grip on Raj. He was going to get that shell or die trying. And I finally finagled them apart, because then there's Raj going to be left out naked. And they look like, their little bodies look like little oysters with little feeler things on them that holds them into their shell. I have a real blurry video. I caught one of them changing shells. Is very interesting. They will study that shell sometimes for days, I kid you not, feeling every inch of it, every centimeter of it, in of it, out of it, all around. It's got to be just right. And then in just the blink of an eye, they will hold on to it, hoist their little bodies out, stick it back into the other shell, boom, done, over. Well, this day, Leonard decided he wanted Raj's shell. And I was over there, I'm like, you're not going to do that. We're not playing that game. So I finally got them apart. And I'm going to tell you, Raj started running backwards like he done seen the devil in the flesh. He was traumatized. Well, one time, I can't remember who these were. One decided he wanted the other one's shell. And by the time I caught it, he had done took the shell, and I made them all kind of little climbing things. They like to climb. So I had found some little something. It was like some little wooden thing with, I put pegs on it, and I wrapped it with sisal or jute, because that's something they could grasp onto. And so they would climb on it and sit on top and climb on the poles. I kept my crabs happy. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm telling you, I raised hermit crabs the way they're supposed to be raised. They had a good life. They ate good food, the whole 9 yards. Well, by the time I got over there, the one had took the other one's shell away, and he was naked as a jaybird, hanging onto the pole of that little tower thing I had him in there. So I had to find a shell and put it up there and coax him into it, whether he wanted it or not, coax him into that shell, because he was vulnerable. His little abdomen body was just out there, and he could have been killed if somebody decided they wanted to come up and be brutal with him, you know. That one scared me to death. But hermit crabs are fun. Gosh, they were fun. But I implore you, when you go to the beach, don't let your grandchildren or your children buy a hermit crab just out of the fun of it, because they are not a throwaway pet. They're not. They deserve to be treated the way they should be treated and raised the way that they should be raised. And that's, I know you say, oh, it's just a hermit crab. No, it's one of God's creatures. I'm sorry. Fight me. If you're going to take on the responsibility of an animal, of a creature, whether it's got fur or not, that creature deserves to have the best life you can give it. The life that it knows that it's supposed to live. And I'll die on that hill. So anyway, that was my hermit crab story for the day. But they were funny. I would go out in the yard and dig them up. Dandelions, like the whole dandelion plant, and put it down in their sand. Woo, they'd have that thing eat up by dark. I'd get them up little grass clumps and put in there. Eggshells. I kept all my eggshells and sterilized them and then crunched them up. They loved eggshells. I kept them a little bowl of food, a bowl of water, and a bowl of eggshells, and they loved eggshells. They loved chicken bones. Oh my gosh. I would take, like if we'd eat chicken, I would take my cleaver and like a chicken leg and crack it down the middle so they could get to the marrow inside. Oh my gosh. Talk about happy, happy crabs. Well, I got them to where they would eat out of my hand. I would just put some down there and they would just come up and eat out of my hand. But it's very interesting to watch them eat. They would like take one pincher, grab it, put it to another pincher, and put it in their mouth. So this pincher would grab and this pincher, and then that one would eat. They're very interesting little creatures. But when the last one died, I said, well, that's it, because I'm getting older, you know. Just one less thing to have to keep up with. So me and Dave were talking about dogs one day this weekend. And I said, yeah. I said, it would be nice to have a little companion. I said, but I don't want all the upkeep that comes with a dog. I said, plus when Spoofy, now I would tell you what kind of dog she was if I wasn't trying to tell you what kind of dog she was. Pekingese, full-blooded Pekingese. She was my ex-husband's, and when he left her with me. So she had been my dog for 8 years, and so she continued to be my dog. And she died, well, she was 17. I had to have her put to sleep because she was having seizures, really bad seizures. It was sad. It was so sad. Oh my gosh, it broke my heart. And I said that day that I took her, I said, I will never have another dog. I'll never do it because I can't go through this pain of losing it. And like David said, and then you had Flair. I said, exactly. I said, people have asked me, would I get another dragon? I'm like, no, I could not. I can't go through this again. I know it's like, you try not to think about your life that you're having with them, you know, the joy that you get from them, but that day's going to come. And that was 2 big heartbreaking events in my life with animal pets that I can't do again. Even if I had the energy or the desire to keep up with one, even if I did, I couldn't. I just couldn't do it because that pain was just too much for me to bear. So anyway, if y'all didn't know, I used to have a bearded dragon. Her name was Flair. She was a hoot. She passed when me and Tracy and Chris, Child's long-haired girl, when we were in Land of Oz, when we were at the mountains that weekend. RJ was tending to her for me, and she passed when he was tending to her. And we were actually on our way home, and he called me. I don't know if the little thing knew that me finding her that way would kill me, and that's why she's like, okay, well, I'm going to do this when Mama's not home. You know, I think things like that, because if I'd have gone in there and found her like that, it would have been even harder than it was. So, I don't know. But I ain't trying to be all morbid, but pets, my gosh, they become family. I would be sad when one of my hermit crabs would die. It would make me sad. I'm like, oh my gosh, poor little baby, you know? But I did enjoy them. So, seemed like there was something else I was going to tell y'all. I can't remember what it is. I don't know if I want to go I know I do want to go somewhere, but I don't know where I want to go. I got the same old places that I go to all the time. I ain't ain't got a ton of gas. I mean, I can start to get gas. I just ain't got a ton of gas. But do I want to go out to by His grace, in His grace? Why I can never remember that is beyond me. It is beyond me. But I'm on the interstate, so it's not like it's hard to get to. It's not far off the interstate. Just down below where I go to. Boy, if I thought about it, I could have brought my stuff that I was going to donate to C-Man. I cleaned out a little bit more stuff. My magazines that I bought last week, I ain't got through all them yet, but when I get through reading them, I'm going to pass them on to C-Man. So I guess I can wait till I do that and then take everything one time. I don't have a lot, but I got some stuff from Holly. She brought. She was giving her friend some stuff. Her friend from church, they moved. They need a bigger house because they got 3 youngins. And they moved, and so she was cleaning out stuff, and she had some stuff to give her because they moved into a bigger place. So she had some stuff to give her. She had some stuff to give me. And bless her heart. Did I tell you last week? She had her wisdom teeth, 2 of her wisdom teeth removed. I can't remember if I told you or not. Her left side, she suffered for days. She said her whole head was stiff. Back in the day, they would give you pain pills. They don't give you pain pills for hardly anything anymore. It's a wonder you can get a pain pill after having surgery. I'm not even kidding. Okay, there is a Tesla truck with something on top. I've never seen that. I wish I could show you a picture. Maybe somebody can tell me what that is. It looks like a row of lights all the way across the top. Anyway, she alternated Tylenol and ibuprofen. Well, you might as well eat sweet tarts. That's what I say. Tylenol's about like a sweet tart. Ain't nothing to it. Because back in the day, buddy, they give you pain medicine. I remember when I had mine cut out. I had all 4 cut out at the same time by an oral surgeon. She did hers at the dentist. She was feeling brave, and she did. I was proud of her because I wouldn't do it. I remember they give me, and it was Percocet. I'm talking and spitting. Percocet. And I'm going to tell you what, I slept for 3 days taking that medicine. I sure did. I remember it. I laid in that bed. I was in high school. Slept for 3 days taking that pain medicine. That's what she needed to do. She needed to sleep so when she woke up, she wasn't in much pain, as much pain. You'd be glad to know my drink tastes better now. That Listerine went away. Well, I think that might be all I know. I think I am going to go down here to the by His grace. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Anyway, okay. Well, I'll see you back for something. If I don't see you in the car, I'll see you at the house. But I'll see you for something. Okay, so I'm back home. I am tired. Listen, I spent too much money today. I did. I spent too much. But I got some good stuff, I think. So I've already showed you what I got at Goodwill. The 2 totes and the pocketbook. And after that, I went to Nazareth. That's where I got the most stuff. So let me show you. I got this. It was $1. But what I want to keep looking. See, it's butterflies. I like butterflies. Butterflies remind me of Noel. When I say butterflies, Noel, my niece that passed, you know. I want to find one of those candles, the battery operated candles with a timer, so it'll come on at night automatically. I don't want to have to go in there and turn it off and on, so I will keep my eyes out for one of those. I have 3 that would fit this, but they're in a place where I need 3, so I just need 1 more of that size, the luminaire type. So that's why I got that, because you know I told you I'm trying to redecorate. And then look at this. I'm pretty sure it's probably not vintage, but it looks pretty. Well, what does it say? It says Lamplight Farms, made in Austria. It was $4. Isn't that pretty for $4? I think it's gorgeous. It's good and heavy. I love it. So, but you know I got 10% off today, so got 40 cents off of it. But isn't that pretty? I love it. And then I found a pair of pants. I don't really need pants, but I need like jogging type pants. This is like velour or something. I don't know, but they're 2X and they're black, and that'd be something good to just pop around the house in, you know, pop down to the grocery store or whatever. I hadn't done my laundry yet, so I was throwing on the floor. I don't know how much they were, $3 or $4. And then I found one winter shirt, long sleeve shirt. I don't know who made these. Let me see who made these. And I'll tell you how much they were. Oh, Alfred Dunner, $3. And then this is a chaps. It was $4. And I thought it was awful pretty. It's long sleeve. So I think it'll be pretty this fall or winter. And then this is my favorite thing. And it says $10 handmade. So it was $10. I got $1 off of it. But it's all these ornaments, right? Because when you first go, oh, that tape on there is, look, the tape on the box that the people kept it in is just falling apart. It's just falling off the box. I'm going to cut the tape. I'm going to look at these one by one. But they had them, as you go in the front, they got a few tables and whatnot, and they put like some more expensive things there. And so that's why this was there. But it does say handmade. Oh, looky here. Whoever made it, initials. Look right there. DHG 78. And it's like ceramic. So there's that one. Isn't that pretty? So there's that one. There's that one. Oh, that one. These were so worth $10. That one. And you know, when I get something homemade, that just makes my day. Oh, look, ho ho. Makes my day when I know somebody made it. Not a factory, you know. That one. Oh, I'm missing a thing out the top. Oh, I can fix that easy. So there's that one. Let me pull this up here. And then there's pick up that little. I'll find something to hold it. So there's trees, and she made the same ones because there it is, DHG 78. Sandy, another tree. They're two-sided. A bell says Merry Christmas. Santa Claus in his sack. See, they're both sides. Well, she had to make these out of clay or something, if you stop and think about it, because that's the only way she could have got her initials in it, if it was soft. And then it was fired. I bet she did in some kind of ceramics class or something. Don't you bet? Oh, that makes it even better. And little Rocky horse. There's some more down in here. Oh, this one's pretty. Look, candle. I didn't know all these was down in the end. Little sleigh. I could see the Christmas trees and like Santa Claus maybe, but I didn't know all these was down in under there. I think that's the bottom of it. I think, yep. Snowman and a stocking. And see, she's got her initials on everything and the date. So if y'all think I ain't excited about that, y'all don't know me well. Mama is excited, let me tell you. All right, now, oh, and I got this. Another, a whole bunch of Food Network magazines. I either missed them last week or somebody just brought them this week because they were where the magazines are, but they were set kind of aside where I didn't notice them last week, so I don't know. Whew. That's all I got at Nazareth. Still, I got all that for $25 after my discount. I don't think that's bad at all. And then after that, I come down the road. Oh, I went to By His Grace, and I got these pictures. right over here. They were from Kirkland's. The back says $24.99. They were $7.99 each, and I'm inserting, as you can see, I'm inserting the picture right here, and I'm going to put them in the haul, because what I have in my haul right now is something I made probably 6 or 7 years ago. An upcycle from something I got at the thrift store, and I'm tired of it. I'm just tired of it. So that's where these are going. I need something for my bathroom because I'm tired of that too. I got one wall in there, I'm tired of it. So that was by His grace. And then I come all the way back down. Where did I go after that? I come back down, went to, I was going to come to my Goodwill, and I stopped by Salvation Army. Nothing. So then I went on up to my Goodwill. Well, I said I wasn't decorating for Christmas, but when I seen this, I had to have it because I had the exact one when RJ was little. The exact one. Had to have it. You plug it in, it's got a light. So I will put this somewhere. I will, because I had to have it. It's $4. You can't beat that. And then this is what I was looking for all day. I found them different places. None I didn't. It was either nasty or it was white, and I wanted a black one. A little small coffee pot, because I'm about tired of my Keurig. It's just not making my coffee taste good. Even though I'm using the refillable things, it's just not, I don't know. I want to try a regular coffee pot. And I don't have I thought I had my other one, I don't. But this is like 1 to 5 cups. And inside, it looks brand new practically. It was $5. And it's got the little thing. And I'm going to get some of the, I'm not going to get a reusable filter. I'm just going to get the little, ones from Walmart's. But I think it's nice for $5. I don't even know if it's got a brand on it. Not that it matters to me, but I thought I'd tell you. Oh, you know who the brand is? Walmart. And then I was on my way home, and I had to make a U-turn. I forgot to go get the money out for the lawnmower, because he'll probably show up tomorrow. That's about his day. So I forgot to get the money out of the bank for the mower. And I said, well, the bank is right across the street from the Goodwill that I never go to. So I went in, I looked at t-shirts. I couldn't find any t-shirts. But I walked back to look at the pictures, see if I could find anything maybe I wanted to go on my bathroom wall. And right across from the pictures was this shelf. I'm inserting it right now, if you can see. And just ignore the junky look all beside of it, because that's just our junk room. That's the big room. It's just a junk room. It's not finished to live in pretty like. You know what I mean? It's just like an indoor shed. But you know how much that thing was? It's solid wood. It's solid wood. $10. Yes, $10. I can put so much more stuff on there, and I know where I'm going to put it too. I'm going to put it right in here. I don't know what I'm going to put on it, but I'm not going to put it in there until after Halloween, because the little shelf I got over there, one I made years ago, I upcycled. It's got all my Halloween candles, my vintage Halloween candles on it. So I don't want to move that because it looks so pretty the way it is. I like it. The ones that Inez gave me, I never did show you. Inez gave me her mama's vintage Halloween candles, not the kind you burn. You don't burn them, please. And they all fit perfectly with the two that I had, the same style, on that little shelf. So cute, so cute. Anyway, let me think. I think that's all I got today, and I'm telling you, I spent too much money. But I had fun. I had fun doing it, so I'm excited. But anyway, well, that's it. Listen, I'm hot and I'm itching. My neck is itching because I had her do it straight across, and I got it cut the other day, and she said, well, I think it'd be pretty if we kind of went down like that. I said, I'll go for it. Well, then she had to shave that, so now that I'm hot, where she shaved it is itching. That is everything. Yep, that is everything. So, there you have it. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you tomorrow for another weigh-in.